So this week, the FDA approved Leclusil, also the trade name is Kymriah, for treatment of diffuse large B-cell lymphoma. So we now have the second CAR T-cell agent for treatment of patients with relapsed refractory DLBCL. The basis for approval were the results of the JULIET trial, and I was the principal investigator on that trial. It was a very exciting study because it was global. There were 27 centers that participated, and in 10 different countries on 4 different continents. So I got to travel a lot and meet a lot of people. But I think the most important thing is that we demonstrated that this treatment approach can be administered globally, whether in Europe, Asia, Australia, North America. This therapy could be successfully employed by physicians. You don't have to be at the University of Pennsylvania on the early trial that we already published for this to be feasible. And the results of this large study were almost exactly the same as the results of my own phase 2 study, which was the basis for development of the JULIET trial, which was really gratifying to see that a multi-center trial with lots of hands in it ends up with the same kind of results that I got in a very tightly controlled study that was run at our single institution, Penn. I might say that the complete remission rate, which is similar, appears to be durable. And in my own study, which now the longest, I published the 2-year follow-up last December in the New England Journal of Medicine, but now the longest follow-up is over 4 years. And so these remissions are in large B-cell lymphoma are extending over 4 years. So extrapolating from that to the similar response rates in JULIET, I think we're going to see the same kind of duration of response. So JULIET trial showed that just under 40% of patients were responding at 6 months. And again, based on my trial, I anticipate they'll be continuing to respond for years. It's difficult to exactly compare that with the Yescarta or Kite trial because the data are presented by pooling 2 groups of patients that are in different proportions than on the JULIET trial. But if you try to pull out the equivalent patients, response rates are about the same, close to between 30 and 40%, durable remissions at 6-8 months and longer. And again, I anticipate the same kind of long duration that I saw in my own preliminary study. So 2 trials showing successful therapy, the trial that led to Axi-cel or Yescarta's approval, and JULIET, which led to Leclusil or Kymriah's approval. Toxicity